Rock wool is a better product. It also costs more. I think people should be using that more. The homes, you see these fires on TV or wherever, the news, and it's like these buildings, some of them are even brick or concrete. They're burning like they're made of gasoline. And it's because we're putting all this plastic and there's too many burnable things. And if you could, then that foam insulation's another one that'll burn. And that, I think that might burn in a smoky way even. Might smolder or something. Might even be toxic. And I heard that also that often gives off fumes, even when not on fire. So that might be another negative to that foam, is that it might actually give off fumes. That's in your house. If you get an upstairs attic that's hot, it might even be worse. So I kind of regret putting that in. And you can't remove it. It's real hard to remove. I mean, you could if you absolutely had to, but it would be pretty hard to remove it. And if it started fire, we wouldn't even know it's burning. Because it's in your roof. I mean, if you do use it, you should put drywall or concrete board or something like that. And use a steel roof. And I imagine if it got hot enough, it would melt. So that's my opinion on that, and that's why and that's what I say too on my comments. I'm pretty vocal about things. And they've never come back with anything. I mean, because they can leave a comment too. And there is some that's kind of, it's a little more fire rated, but I don't think it's as good as, they make people think it's fire rated, but I think I got the fire rated stuff, and it burns. There's some that I got that's fire rated. It's orange, and it says fire rated, right? It's an orange bottle. It's like flashing lights and sirens. We're fire rated, and it burns. I mean, can't they do better than that? The stuff burns. I threw some in the fire, then it dried. It burns. It maybe doesn't burn as fast as the plain stuff, but it burns. I mean, you'd think with all the technology that we have, that would not burn. But the stuff they're advertising is the stuff you spray between the studs, whereas this orange stuff, the stuff that you use around pipes, and it's more money. I think some of it is kind of it's kind of fun to use, but I think it's kind of a borderline scam. I think it's a high markup item too. I think they get a lot of money when they sell that. And I don't know how it ages. If it gets hit by the sun, it ages real fast. But I don't know how it ages if it's covered. I think it's okay if it's covered. But does that stuff lose its integrity with time or not? But rock wool would be the number one thing to use. And the mice, if they go to if they start chewing on something, that rock wool, if you get that in your teeth, I think it's kind of anti-mouse, the rock wool is. It's not. It's a better stuff. I don't know if mice can live in the rock wool or not, but it won't burn and it won't settle. Those are the two main things. I guess even the pink stuff can settle. So you put it in a wall, and in 10 years it might settle 2 inches and leave a little gap at the top of the wall. So you got no insulation there. Whereas rock wool is not supposed to settle like that. Rock wool's heavier too. And I think the rock wool actually acts as a fireproof blanket, sort of. The pink stuff might be somewhat of a fire block too, I don't know. The fiberglass might help though. I don't know if one is denser though, the rock wool's denser. They used to use rock wool, and then they decided to see if they could sell us something cheaper. Everything's make it as cheap as you possibly can. And they're building these homes so they only last 20 years, and then you tear them down. Almost seems like, or you renovate them. And things need to be. They need to start building places to last longer. You pay a mortgage on it. By the time you get the mortgage paid on it, the place needs to be redone. That's a scam. It's how things are built. It's how the vehicles are built. It's how the houses are built. It's how our appliances have been built. It's just all about seeing how much money you can get out of it, and we're ruining our environment with like just continuously taking and destroying and taking and we're not making anything that lasts. We're using up all our resources, and it's getting harder and harder to mine stuff. And they make stuff that lasts, I mean, like the phones and stuff only last about 5 years. And those have silver in them and other metals, and then you throw them in the landfill when you're done. Same thing with the cars. And now the cars are computers on wheels, and computers don't last. I mean, that's why I don't want any of that electronic stuff in a car, because the car will probably run, but none of this electronic crap will. And if the car needs to have it to run, well, now your car is junk. That's what they did with these stoves and stuff. They got all these pads, and it's stuff that only doesn't last very long. And a stove will last. My stove's 20 years old. It's, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. You can replace things on it that break down. I've replaced the burners and I've replaced the element in the stove. But on these new ones, you got these pads that wear out in 5 years if someone's actually baking or cooking. They're going to wear out. And you got to throw the stove out. You can't replace it. Either that or you got to really put a lot of money in to replace it. And it's like you're better off just to have the old-fashioned knob, and then some of them have these flat tops on them that just have a burner like painted on or something, or you can see where the spots are, but it's all one piece. And if that goes out, well, you might have to throw the stove out just because that went out. Whereas on mine, burner goes out, you get another burner, and you put it in. It's almost like the people that make this stuff, they want you to buy a new one every 5 years. And the stuff's not cheap. And you're using resources. It's a scam. It's the same people that are pushing all the green stuff. But they don't believe in any of that green stuff. They believe in making money. And it's all these fancy electronic gadgets. This guy's gonna come in here and he doesn't know I'm here. And we need to demand that they stop doing that. And I've seen other people complain about it. We want real things that are mechanical. And that goes for the washing machines, and it looks real nice when it's new, but it's fragile.